Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about Salmonella and we're going to get right into it. Okay, so first we're going to start with the history of salmonellosis, and it is a mild case, it causes mild cases of diarrhea, fever, and any abdominal cramps. In the US every year we see about 1.2 million foodborne illnesses, and out of those 1.2 million, about like 19,000 of them are hospitalized, and in really severe cases, 450 of them result in death. So Salmonella was discovered in 1885. Some say 1884, but we're going to round it to 1885, by Dr. Salmon. Discovered and isolated the first found strain of Salmonella, and he decided to call it after himself. Salmonella eretica and Salmonella bongari are the two different types of subspecies of Salmonella, because Salmonella is the genus and these two are the species, and there is a ton of subspecies. In 1975, due to the risk of salmonella spread, the FDA banned the sale of small turtles since this is a reservoir for salmonella. All right, the causative agents. So, as I said before, we have two species. We have Salmonella eretica, and this is a gram-negative bacillus, and it causes many different diseases, and is mainly found in contaminated foods or water. And on the other hand, we have Salmonella bongari, and this is a gram-negative bacteria, same as the one above. And this is also a bacillus, and mainly found in reptiles and amphibians. All right, so the reservoirs we have here is it mainly lives in the digestive tracts of droppings of reptiles and amphibians. This is not only reptiles and amphibians, they're also found in humans as well, and other animals such as cows, chickens, stuff like that we see. And it's found in the intestines, meats, and eggs like poultry of like any like farm animals, and they can survive for weeks without a host. And other reservoirs, as mentioned earlier, were like turtles, but also like cockroaches or like really wild like mice are also reservoirs for salmonella. So modes of transmission, it is human to human contact. You can get it through like through like feces, or if you like, don't wash your hands well, you touch something else. So it also can be a vehicle as well. So this can also be passed down from like raw meat, eggs, like poultry, as I've mentioned above, and from like reptiles and amphibians. Signs and symptoms. So a sign of like if you have salmonella, which I mean this is another word for like food poisoning. So it is pretty common. Maybe you go to like a movie theater and like you order some bad you order like a bad hot dog, or you go have like a bad steak, or you go get some chicken and it's just undercooked. So a few signs are like vomiting, diarrhea, chills, or like even in rare cases like there's some blood in your stool. Symptoms for it are nausea, abdominal cramps, headaches, and fevers. So mainly when you go to like the doctor's office, they'll like check for these things, and they can be diagnosed uh, by just a physical examination, or they can actually I think I'll talk about that later on. Yeah. Types of salmonella we have. So as I mentioned earlier, salmonella is the genus, and then well, let's go back up here. You have Salmonella eretica and Salmonella bongari. These are the two species of salmonella, and you have about 2,500 unknown serotypes, which I think is just subspecies of salmonella, and less than 100 of these serotypes right here account for any like human infection. These are the ones that are found in like chicken, your beef, poultry, eggs, milk. The most common types are the typhoid fever and gastroenteritis. I don't know how to exactly say that, but these are the two common types of the stereotypes. You have in the infectious rates in the United States. So annually, salmonella is caused to 1 million foodborne illnesses, and as I mentioned earlier, 19,000 of them are hospitalized, and about like 450 to 500 like deaths per year. Um, of all the illnesses, so of all the salmonella that occur annually, 450 deaths occur to non-typhoidal salmonella. So you also have typhoidal, which is a more severe form of salmonella. This is not commonly found in the US. It is more commonly found in like India and like Bangladesh and like Latin America. But we'll talk about that later in like a later slide that I have. So right here, this is just statistics in 2017 of outbreaks in the United States. So right here we see in the dark blue, this is per 100,000 individuals. So of those 100,000 individuals, like 55 to 101 individuals in like New York have contained salmonella. And we see these mainly located in the Northeast region and in California because these are mainly the consumers. And these are the people that buy from the farms, which are located in the Midwest and like down south. So down south and Midwest, these are um, where like the chicken and cows are produced and they're sold to the Northeast and California. And due to that, you see them being undercooked and they just develop salmonella. Um, so infectious rates worldwide are 1/3 of foodborne illnesses relate death occur in children under 5, and also this happens in people over 60 as well. In one every for 1 in 10 people worldwide fall ill to contaminated foods, so that's around like 600 million people. And of those 600 million people, we have about 420 deaths. Sorry, 420,000 deaths and 125,000 child deaths per year. Diarrheal diseases are responsible for more than held on the global burden of foodborne diseases. Over here, this is our international slide. So as I mentioned earlier, India, like most of Africa, mainly South Africa, parts of, I mean, it shows all of like South America, but it's mainly just like the northern part. And we have some of Central America and most of Asia are contaminated. Like Indonesia, you see right over here. Most of these are contaminated by, or have people that are contaminated by salmonella, and this is mainly because of like the lack of like clean water or like maybe like wild animals that they have going on. But yeah, those are the main reasons why these areas are so populated. So methods of treatments, you can either have a mild case of salmonella, which is mainly found in the United States, or you can have a severe case of salmonella, which is mainly found in other parts of the world. Um, So in mild cases, you want to replace your fluids with like electrolytes. You want to eat ice chips and have a lot of rest. You want to have some antidiarrheals, like such as Imodium or Imodium A through D. Um, Lighter dosage of antibiotics. Children should have a oral rehydration of Pedialyte, just to help go through the salmonella route and flush everything out. In severe cases, mainly you're hospitalized and you have to have an IV injection, and they mainly up your antibiotics in the bloodstream. So finally, what I have here is the methods of prevention. So you don't want to rinse your raw chicken in the sink, yeah, raw chicken in the sink where you have other foods, because then other things will get contaminated. You want to cook all your foods properly at 165 for like poultry. Thoroughly wash your hands with soap, especially if you like, as like a mother or like a father, if you come in contact with like your like babies like feces, if you're changing diapers. Always clean off cooking surfaces just in case there's any salmonella left over because they can survive a long time on surfaces. Never cross contaminated food, so you don't want your ready to eat foods contaminated with your cooked to eat foods, because salmonella is very motile, so it can transfer from the cooked to eat foods to the ready to eat foods. Um, Properly keep stored, properly keep food at store temperatures. Avoid eating raw foods and avoid direct contact with any reptiles. And if you do, just wash your hands. But yeah, this is my reference page, and this was my disease report over salmonella. Thank you.